what's up everyone? Welcome to day 2 for my E3 2012 at home coverage, where I just talk about what happened at E3 on whatever day I'm doing, and I explain what happened, what my opinion is about some of the games, the announcements, some of the press conferences, whatever. And this time, Nintendo did their press conference. It was only about an hour long, a little over an hour long. And also I checked out some stuff on GameSpot and even some of the other streams I went to, what they were covering. And I watched some more gameplay, I watched more interviews, I learned about some more games. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to talk about the Nintendo press conference, and then I'm going to talk about the show floor games, I'll just call it. Alright, so yeah. So of course, let's talk about Nintendo, where Nintendo... Alright, I was a little worried about Nintendo because last year they did a good job in my opinion, I thought. But I remember like the last few years before that, they didn't. They were really boring to watch. They didn't really show anything amazing. But last year I remember me really liking Nintendo. I mean, for some reason other people didn't, but I remember me thinking it was probably the best one of all the press conferences. Maybe tied with Sony, but still. So this year I was a little looking forward to it, but I was also a little worried because I thought it was going to be, it should be, but I thought it was going to be all about the Wii U, and I thought it was going to be all about the Wii U, but only like specs and stuff, and they weren't going to show too many games, and, well, I'll talk about it later on. In the beginning of the press conference, they decided to bring on Shigeru Miyamoto, of course, awesome guy. Everybody should know who he is. He's that guy. Yeah, he is Nintendo. So, of course, they brought Shigeru Miyamoto out, and he was doing this, like, virtual reality thing or something like that. You can see on the screen, on the big, what do you call it, the Jumbotron? I don't know. Like, a bunch of Pikmin. Remember Pikmin 1 and 2 from the GameCube era? Well, there are a bunch of Pikmin scattered around, and you're probably going, he's going to announce Pikmin 3, isn't he? Well, guess what? You'd be right, because he announces Pikmin 3, like, 2 minutes later, and they show some gameplay, and it looks like Pikmin, I gotta admit. And of course, it's a Wii U exclusive. It's Nintendo property, so it's gonna be exclusive. Unless it might go on 3DS, so it'll be a Nintendo exclusive. I don't know about just Wii U exclusive, though. So, it looked like Pikmin. I love Pikmin 1. I barely play Pikmin 2, but still, if it's anything like Pikmin 1, it's gonna be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to that. After that, they brought in Reggie Fils-Aimé, of course. Who is he? Who is he? Co-founder? I don't know. He's cool. So big head, big dude, but lovable. So they brought Reggie Fils-Aimé in, and his body was ready. Reggie pretty much came out and talked about the Wii U and all the specs and whatever and blah blah blah. He also talked about well, he didn't talk about. He also detailed that the Wii U will let you have 2 Wii pads at once, which is cool because last time it was just one Wii pad and everything else I guess would just be regular controllers or something. But now you can use 2 Wii pads, which is cool, and also the Wii pads actually come with a stylus, so you can write on it without using your fingers, which is cool. What they also announced gaming-wise, because he kept talking about Wii U and stuff, and I kind of tuned out sometimes here and there, but I was really tired, so I'm sorry. But what else? They also talked about some new games, like they announced a new Mario game, but they didn't announce what I thought they were going to announce. I thought they were going to announce Super Mario Galaxy 3, to be honest. But no, they announced new Super Mario Wii U edition. So new Super Mario Brothers Wii U edition, which I don't know, it looks like Super Mario, and there's a lot of Super Mario-esque things. You got the Tanuki suit, you got Mario jumping on things, he's collecting coins, he's doing other things. There's multiplayer. Hopefully there'll be more characters than what they showed, because all they showed was like Toadstools, Luigi, and Mario. Which, I mean, there's more characters than that, come on. So, yeah. The next thing they showed was a new edition of Batman Arkham City called the Armored Edition, which I was like, it's probably just going to be a port, it's probably going to look exactly the same, but actually it doesn't. I wouldn't say the graphics are as good, but they are definitely HD, and they do look really, really good. And also Batman himself, he has like a different suit on, just the game itself, some of the environments, I was like, I don't even remember some of these things. It looks different, and also it uses the Wii pad, so you can use the screen to like use inventory items, which is a great idea, and scan stuff while you're in detective mode. It looks like it'll be cool. I don't know if I'll buy it again for the Wii U. Maybe if it's lower in price, maybe it's $40 because the game's been out for a year and a half and it's just adding a little bit things here and there, but I doubt it. So I don't know. I'll definitely try it out. I don't know if I'll buy it though. So that's cool. They also announced a new Scribblenauts game called Scribblenauts Unlimited, which is it's Scribblenauts, so it's a side-scroller game, and it's a very beautiful-looking game. It looks like Scribblenauts, but it's in HD. It's very colorful-looking. The animations are great for all the characters, and you also can, of course, write in the names of stuff and then summon them. It was cool. They didn't really show too much of it. They did show a little bit more later on during some of the show floor stuff, but I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of Scribblenauts. I thought this platforming stuff was weak, but the writing stuff and things appearing was really cool. But I don't know. Maybe I'll try it out. It looks decent. It looked nice. It looked okay. I'm trying to use different words than cool because someone said in my comments in my past E3 coverage, oh, you used the word cool too much. I'm like, damn, I use words too much. Okay. Gotta expand my library of words. Alright, so the next thing they did is that, because I should have announced this earlier, Nintendo, oh I'm sorry, not Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aimé said during this conference, which is only going to be about an hour long, they're going to announce 23 Wii games. So I was like, whoa, of course they have to use a montage. There's no way in an hour they'll show off 23 Wii U games. And that's exactly what they did. They showed off a bunch of Wii U games. They showed off Darksiders 2. They announced Mass Effect 3 is coming to Wii U, which is really cool. Maybe it'll come with the real ending. Anyway, they also announced this game called Tank Tank Tank, which is a game where it's like heavy... I'm sorry, heavy. Twisted Metal. I was about to say heavy metal. It's like heavy metal, yeah. It's like that it's like that 80s cartoon, remember? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. No, it's this Twisted Metal type game with tanks, and also you can actually team up in like a somewhat campaign. It looks cool. It's very colorful. It's very nice, cel shaded type graphics. I don't know. Look, it looks good. I almost said cool. Tekken Tag 2, which looked like Tekken, I guess. I don't know. They only showed really quick glimpses of these games, and it looks like Tekken. I don't know what's so new about it on Wii U. They didn't really explain, but Tekken Tag's coming to it. A Trine, I think Trine 1 or 2. They didn't really... I was watching this, and I think like a coverage stamp or something covered what the words were. So you couldn't see the titles of these these games, but all I saw was something Director's Cut, and I could tell it was Trine, so it was Trine Director's Cut. I don't know if it was 1 or 2. I should have searched it up, but I don't know. Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge. Actually, Razor Blade is funny because that's probably what fanboys of Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 used to cut themselves after they played Ninja Gaiden 3. But, no. It wasn't that bad of a game. Calm down, people. And, I don't know, just showed a little bit of gameplay. It looked like Ninja Gaiden 3. Maybe they'll add difficulty. I don't know. I don't know. It looks alright. Maybe more weapons. Aliens Colonial Marines, which we already knew about. They barely showed that too. And that was pretty much it in that montage. There is another montage later on, but we'll just keep on going. They showed Wii Fit U next. I don't know, they just showed some people sitting on a board. It looked like a Wii Fit board. They're just sitting on it and they're doing their thing. I don't really care. They also showed this new Rock Band type game which uses the Wii U pad, called Sing, which is, that's a very inspiring name right there, Sing, because all it is you sing, and you use the Wiimote, the Wii U, I'll just call it a Wiimote, I don't even care, I'm going to call it a Wiimote for now on. So you use the Wiimote and you look at the screen and it tells you all the lyrics you have to sing, so it's pretty much a karaoke type game, and it's kind of cool. I guess it has a microphone too that it comes with. I don't know, cool. Now, here's the weird thing. They went to 3DS. They announced 3 Wii they announced 3 3DS games, even though this was supposed to be all about Wii U, but they did come out and say 3DS, and they're actually going to have a separate conference for 3DS games, but they still decided to do 3DS games in the Wii U one. But they announced New Super Mario Bros. 2, which also is weird because they just announced a new Super Mario Bros. Wii U version, so it's not all that new. I don't get the name New Super Mario Bros. It's the same, whatever. They also announced Paper Mario Sticker Star, I think it was called. for the 3DS, I think they showed a very quick glimpse of gameplay. I don't know, another Mario game. That's like 3 Mario games already. And then Luigi's Mansion 2, which is really associated with Mario, so in a way that's like 4 games. And Luigi's Mansion 2, I love the first one. So it showed gameplay. It looked exactly like the first one. So I don't know. I'll probably get that one out of all 3 of them. Yeah, that's right. I'll get Luigi's Mansion besides a Mario game. Yep, that's how I roll. So there you go. That was all the 3DS games they announced. But also they just went forward and they showed another montage for 3DS games, and they didn't really show much for these games. They said these are third-party games; they're not, Nintendo properties. But they showed a Castlevania Lords of Shadow game, I guess, for the 3DS. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Castlevania something Mirror or whatever the hell. But it looks like a Castlevania Lords of Shadow game. How it's like hack and slash and stuff. I don't know. It looks cool. Graphics are nice. Epic Mickey 2 is coming to the 3DS. I'll talk about more of the Epic Mickey 2 game on the 360 later on, though. Scribblenauts Unlimited on the 3DS, so you could take that on the 3DS with you and do your Scribblenauts things. Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. That's what it's called. Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance. I don't like Kingdom Hearts. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't really care for it, so I don't care. And all those were for the 3DS. So there you go. Now for the rest of the conference, I actually have a lot here. Damn, it's gonna be long. Okay. The next thing they showed was really cool, actually. It was a new Lego game, which you're probably going, oh my god, another one? They showed like 4 of them already. Like, you had Batman, you have the new Indiana... No, I'm sorry, not Indiana Jones. You have the new Lord of the Rings one. There's probably another one coming out. I can't remember. And now you have this one. But this one's a GTA-type Lego game, but it's not mature. It's called Lego City Undercover, and it looks really cool. It's a free roam Lego game where you can go around and still beat the crap out of people if you want, but they explode into Legos. And it looks cool. It looks like it's going to be very funny. It has voice acting just like the next Batman and Lord of the Rings ones do. So, I don't know. Cool. That looks good. Now, after this, Ubisoft decided to come in and say, you know what? We're so awesome. Our press conference is so awesome, we're going to invade Nintendo's. So they came in and said, you know what? We're going to start off with a very awkward presentation of Just Dance 4 with Reggie Fils-Aimé. Like, it was very awkward how it started. But then they started dancing and stuff, of course, and Reggie Fils-Aimé and this other dude are talking. He's French, by the way. And I don't know, they're talking, it's Just Dance, I don't really care. They showed Wii U gameplay for it and stuff. I just don't care about Just Dance. So, the next thing they showed was, such a big thing, because they just announced this game yesterday at their press conference, ZombiU. They showed gameplay for that game, and oh my god, that gameplay was so awesome. It really was. It's a game that I've always wanted. I wanted a realistic type zombie game where zombies are very menacing besides just things you kill because you're having fun. Here it's really menacing. If you see a zombie, you can kill them easily. But if there's like 4 or 5 of them, they'll gang up on you. You have to use resources. You have to use somewhat stealth. You have to use the Wii pad to use this sonar thing you have and locate where the zombies are and stuff. Which I guess could kind of destroy the tension. But I don't know. Watching that trailer, there's a whole part where you had to key in a code on the iPad. The iPad, the Wii pad. Not Wii. So he had to type in this code for this door so it could open, and there's a couple of zombies coming after him. He's like, oh god, I got it wrong. Oh god, I got it wrong. And then he got it right, and then the zombie was right behind him. It was really tense. So if stuff like that happens in that game, I can't wait for it. So that's a game that's actually kind of gonna sell me to the Wii U. They showed another freaking montage. It was they showed a game called Sports Connection, Rayman Legends. They showed a real quick thing of Your Shape Fitness for the Wii, and Assassin's Creed 3, which they really showed no gameplay for. I think they showed 360 gameplay, and that's really it. So or PS3 if you want to be like that. So yeah. And last thing they showed was this thing called Nintendo Land, which is pretty much a somewhat it's like a bunch of mini games of popular franchises like Zelda and Mario and I don't know, Donkey Kong, but they want to do it like it's like a social. I'm sorry, not social. It's like a Wii Sports type game where it's easy to play and you can have fun with your family, and it's always like ever changing and you get talk to friends. I don't know, and it looks okay, but they shouldn't have ended their conference with this. They did end it with here, then they showed a little montage of stuff, and then they ended it, and it was really lame. So I have to admit that was lame. And to be honest, I was expecting much more from Wii U and Nintendo in general. I mean, we saw stuff we've already seen before. We saw, like, oh, there's things coming out, sure, but we already knew about these things. We didn't see much gameplay for any of them. The only thing we saw was Zombie U, and that was the thing that really impressed me. And Pikmin 3, sure, but Nintendo disappointed me this year. I mean, it was still good. It never lost my attention. Reggie Fils-Aimé is very, very fun to watch. He's great. I love him. Shigeru Miyamoto. I love him. But I have to give the Nintendo press conference a 7 out of 10, which isn't low. It's alright, but it's definitely I don't even want to say this, but it's the least best of all of them. So, there you go. Nintendo disappointed me this time, but they still did good. They still did alright. So, there you go. So now let me quickly talk about what I saw on the show floor, and I'll be ending this Day 2 wrap-up of E3 2012. I realized that was really, really long, but I had to give out some of my opinions, so sorry if it was long, but whatever. Alright, now the show floor stuff that I saw while GameSpot and some other things were covering them. First thing I saw was a new Wii U game that I don't know why wasn't announced at the Nintendo press conference, called Project P100, which is a very cartoony superhero type beat 'em up made by the guys that made Bayonetta, Vanquish, Mad World, and now they're about to make Metal Gear Rising, Platinum Games. So they're making this, and it looks really cool. There's actually a part where you have like a bunch of minions, it looks like, or maybe superhero guys that just follow you around, and you actually turn them into swords and stuff, and actually fight really big monsters and things. It's cool looking. It's cool looking. I can't think of another word. It's good looking. It's nice. It looks fun. It's very entertaining to watch. It's colorful. It makes my eyes go woo. So yeah. The next thing they showed a little bit more of Scribblenauts Unlimited, and they announced that the game is actually going to have a huge world that is interconnected, which I think they probably announced in the Nintendo press conference, but I don't know, I guess I tuned out maybe, but just announced that. One thing they did, which this isn't GameSpot or anything else, this is actually IGN that I heard this from, they just announced, the guys that made Dead Island, they just announced there's going to be a sequel to Dead Island called Dead Island Riptide. They just announced that. They didn't announce a release date, no trailer, just a name. So, throwing that out there if you wanted to know. Dead Island 2 is coming, and hopefully it's going to be a little bit better than Dead Island 1, which was fun. It was really fun. I really liked it, but it had problems. So, yeah. The next thing they showed, which this was from the Namco Bandai stream, which all it really was a loop of 5 trailers over and over again, and then sometimes a bunch of guys would come out and talk to the chatters and all that. One trailer I saw was a new One Piece game, the anime, which I used to watch when I was a little bit littler, like 15, 16, 17. I was little when I was 17. No. But One Piece Pirate Warriors, and it looks like a Koei game, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if they said it was from Koei, but I think it's from Tecmo, so I don't know. Is Koei Tecmo the same company? I don't know. Are they like things? Are they together? I don't know. I don't even think. Wait, is Koei even a part of Namco? I don't know. Is that Konami? I don't care. It looks like a beat 'em up type game where it's just like you beat up a bunch of guys. There was no guy going 1 million troop because there's only like 10 or 15 dudes at once. But it looks alright. The graphics are really nice. It looks like the anime. I don't know. If you love the anime, you might like this one. It looks like just a fun little beat 'em up. They showed a trailer for Ni no Kuni, the White Witch of whatever. It's the Studio Ghibli game that was announced a little while back, and it's coming this January. Well, I'm sorry. this January of 2013. And there's a lot of games in the first quarter of 2013, aren't there? And I can't wait for that game because I love Studio Ghibli. It looks great. The animation's fantastic. There is actually animation sequences, 2D animation, and 3D, of course, but the 3D looks like 2D, so it looks amazing. They also showed a trailer, which I think this is an old trailer for Dragon Ball Z Connect. It looks like Power Up Heroes. Remember that game that came out last year? And it also looks like another game I'm going to talk about soon. It looks like shit, I'm going to be honest. It does. I mean, I have hope for Connect, but not for this game, because this game looks like shit. So it has like a first-person view, and you play as Goku or whatever, and you do this stuff to block and do all the Kamehamehas, but it looks like crap. So you can say that. Graphics are nice, but it still looks like crap. They also showed the trailer for Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition, which they showed already before. You could have saw it a couple days before E3. But it was nice to see it. There's more big monsters, things to kill you, more things to make you throw your controller at the screen. Which, to be honest, Dark Souls never had that frustrating moment to me, because it's always fun just to die and come back and die again and keep trying. I don't know. It's one of those games that's so difficult that it's actually not frustrating to me. So, yeah. Next game they showed was Epic Mickey 2, which I mentioned earlier. I would talk more about. And it looks like Epic Mickey 1, except maybe not as terrible control-wise, because I saw a little gameplay. It looks really fun. The gameplay itself looks like it will be good. Whatever. It's Epic Mickey. I don't know. I didn't really care for the first one, but this one looks cool, and it also has a co-op, so yeah. Next game they showed was the Avengers Battle for Earth for the Kinect, which they showed a trailer for it at I think Ubisoft, or was it Microsoft? I don't know. Or EA. No, it wasn't EA. It was somewhere else. And I don't know. I thought the trailer itself looked alright. The CG wasn't that great, but the gameplay itself, they actually had gameplay on the show floor. It looked really good. It looked like Dragon Ball Z, except they did it in a third-person view. You actually see your character. It's right behind your character. You have a really good assortment of characters, and the way they were playing it, it seemed cool to use all the powers and stuff. It didn't look like crap. It didn't look like it was just gonna suck ass. It actually looked pretty cool. I mean, not amazing. I keep saying cool. What the? It looked okay. It looked entertaining. So it did. And it looked like the controls for the Kinect actually worked. Whoever was playing it, they were doing all the Wolverine slashes and stuff, and it worked. You saw it on the screen. It worked. It looked fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that out. I'm not gonna buy it, but it looks like it could be cool. It looked like it could be good. So next game was Fable: The Journey, which I don't know, it looked like it could be cool. No, Fable: The Journey actually showed a little bit more gameplay with this girl actually like getting right into the zone with the game, and she was sitting down, which I thought was weird because I heard it wasn't supposed to be an on-rails shooter, and of course, on-rails game, and of course, if you're sitting down and you're not moving your legs to actually move your character, then I'm just gonna guess it's actually on rails. And she was getting right into it. She was like moving her hand and doing this stuff. You gotta move a little bit more back. She was doing this. She was like whoosh, woo, and doing this stuff. And she was in the zone, so I'm guessing she was enjoying it. It looked like it could be a lot of fun, but it doesn't look like Fable, and I'm afraid that it's not gonna have like towns you can go and visit, people to talk to. It might have like a really cool story, really good story, but I catch myself every time now. But I don't know, I'm a little afraid it's not going to be good. It's going to be just like Fable Heroes. It's going to be a disappointment. And this is like, what, the last game from Peter Molyneux before he left Lionhead. So, well, I think it was like partly his project. I don't know. But I'm hoping it's going to be good because I love Fable. I do. I don't care what anybody says. I love Fable. Especially 2. 2 is fantastic. And 3 was good in my opinion. So, anyway, there you go. There was Fable: The Journey. Last 2 games they showed was Forza Horizon and Lego Batman 2. I'm going to tell you right now, Forza Horizon looks good, but it's not going to be Most Wanted. Like, after Most Wanted was announced, I completely forgot about Forza Horizon. I'm still going to play it, but I'm not going to be like, oh, cool. I'm going to be like, no, screw that. Where's Most Wanted? I want that. And Lego Batman 2, it's going to be a open world game. It's going to have more people than Batman, like Superman. What they showed, they actually showed Cyborg from Teen Titans. They showed the Joker. I don't think you could play as him, but they showed him. Other characters that aren't just from Batman, which of course Joker is from Batman, but let's just giving out characters you can play as. So that was it. There you go. I went way too long. That's why I kind of rushed that last part. But yeah, that was the games I saw at E3 from me sitting here and watching some streams and what my thoughts are. Of course, me not playing the games doesn't help, but it looked cool. The games look good. So I'm looking forward to more for the next couple days. Nintendo is having another press conference tomorrow, so I'm going to try to check that out. But no promises. So anyway, there you go. There's day 2. Look forward to day 3 tomorrow. Yeah. And also look forward to a couple reviews for a couple games soon. So anyway, there you go. There's day 2. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you and goodbye.